The Black and Orange channel. Next. Politics, glitch, mix up. Politics, tarot. Mercury retrograde.
Hello, and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We've got epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community. You have been so kind to each other, so kind to me. Thank you. If you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed or whatever works for you. So, hello. All right. Before we jump into everything, I just wanted to start making it a regular thing to remind people in the U.S. That there is a website. May not be, depending on where you are, options may be limited, but there is a website called findhelp.org where you can go, you put in your zip code, and it's for various things. It can be try to get help with food or housing or whatnot. But yeah, just have a look. You can always go here. It's free to just go and put in your zip code. You'll put in your name and just have a look and see what options are available to you. Okay, so I just wanted you to be aware of that, and I'll start showing that on a regular basis. All right, I think this is the overlay for today. All right, so suddenly I have a little bit of an itch right here. Might be my makeup. It might be just the flames coming out of my head because of what just dropped in the news. So if you're new around here, hi. I do art every day. It's different every day. We do different nails. I got a bunch of hearts today, different colors. And I'm using my favorite, my nearly 35-year-old Halloween tarot that is magically survived this long. No idea how. But I'm using this today, and we're starting in at 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Ghoul, the ghoul, Ghoulaine has released her list of demands to speak before Congress. There are 3 here, and I can't imagine this is all there's going to be, but first is no prison, not in a prison setting. So she won't speak to Congress if it's in a prison setting. Secondly, she wants immunity or clemency promised by Trump himself. Lady, he lies more than you do. Promised? And lastly, oh no, there are 4. I take it back. Sorry, I miscounted. She wants the questions provided ahead of time, and there will be no testimony until the Supreme Court has heard her case. How about this? How about you go talk to the victims, Congress? How about we talk to the victims who probably won't make many demands, and who are not known perjurers and P words. I don't want to trigger anybody. Mayor says these are Trump's demands, not hers. Could be. Vita says hard pass. Just release the files. Thank you. Well, says she can have the lies ready. Yeah. OMS, thank you for the emojis. Cute kitties. Blue heart. Wow. Oh, got the deck. There's Justice card. There's the star. She wants to stack the deck in her favor. Of course, Ghoulaine is evil. I truly believe that. Yeah. This is, now we know what was in the box. Bunch of nerve. Yeah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Star says, Taco Loco says, no list, but Clinton appears 28 times. Yes, he's been saying. Now, oh, no, the latest. Oh, the latest. The latest is there's no list. There's nobody to prosecute. He's not in the files. But him being in the files was planted by Democrats. Wow. 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 Rob D says Congress caters to one monster. Why not another? Visualize 70 said, I hear the words about her as entitled or what? The ghoul. I because of her and Epstein, I have details in my head, I will not say here, but I have details in my head about things that happened to the victims, and I'm gonna have to carry that around in my head for the rest of my life. And the idea that she would get anything, I don't care. No, just no. She's a liar. And the fact that Donald Trump wished her well from the White House press room. Dick Durbin is one of my senators, and God bless him. He is demanding that he be given the recordings of the conversations between Blanche and Maxwell. Their little talks, their little deals, whatever little message came from Trump. What do you think the odds are that there's going to be, oh, we didn't record it, or oh, this is an ongoing investigation or thing or what's it? So no, that's oversight. Give the tape to Congress, to Democrats, to Dick Durbin. Give the tape to Dick Durbin. Give tape to Durbin. Okay. Six of Cups. There are hundreds upon hundreds of victims. Deflect. Just trying to stir up trouble on the right. Just say, look over there. Go arrest all the black people. Obama, he released the MLK Jr. files, and it was Obama should be arrested, Beyonce should be arrested, Oprah should be arrested, I'm sorry, should we just make a list of black people for you to go at? Okay. And everybody who is still supporting this vile cretin. Jam Dave says, so much to hide, so little to show. Yes. Becky is saying her lawyer and Blanche are friends, too. Of course they are. 10 of cups. So at least we have some movement in the right direction, but 4 of wands, that's what my Mar-a-Lago card, that's all the support that Trump gets. And Ace of Pentacles. Now, this is a big deal. This is a big deal here. Now, the question is that just tainted? Is this just the garbage that she's willing to spew? And I'm sorry if I sound so angry. I do try to make this as positive a live stream as I can make it, but this woman makes me absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Well, not actually insane, just really angry. It says, is it a trick or a treat? I like that. That was good. That was good. There are a lot of Republicans who are, this feels like a lot of Republicans, and yes, there are Republicans who are separate from MAGA. Not separate enough, but separate from MAGA. And it feels like they are cats in a room full of rocking chairs. They are jumpy and skittish and fruits of labor. There's information in those files. Well, there was. By the way, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it the case that when they broke into, in 2019, when they arrested Epstein, they broke into his safe, but then, whoopsies, the person in charge says, oh, you can't look in there. We'll come back tomorrow. And lo and behold, when they came back tomorrow, there was nothing in the safe. Fruits of labor. Oh, what about this? Oh, I must have dropped that. Oh. Just, papers. The wind must have caught it and it fluttered away. Now, is this going to completely go away? Heck no. Queen of Swords, even if Bondi wanted to, this is too heinous. This is the major arcana. It's the only major arcana here. This is too heinous to go away. And frankly, you'll know, yes, that is a devil woman with 3 children on leashes. Cartoon, but still. This is too heinous. So whatever garbage game they're trying to play, no. Okay. Yes, Squirrel. Trump did say he never had the privilege of going to Epstein Island. Okay. Will the ghouls, will her demands be met? Because no testimony until SCOTUS has heard her case. Well, what if SCOTUS doesn't hear her case? What if SCOTUS says, no, we're kicking this back down to the lower court? So is she actually, what we should ask is she going to testify in front of Congress? And preferably in public, because I would love to hear what the Republicans ask her. love. Oh, look, it's the Emperor right in the middle. Guess who that is? Magician. Oh, rabbit out of a hat. Oh, look at this. Your sentence has been commuted. Five of Pentacles with the Page of Pumpkins. How much damage has been done to young people? There's the Emperor. King of Swords. These are legislators. Five of Cups. This is disappointment. Because the Republicans are trying to knock down any talking points, any talk of Republicans in who took part in all of that, but they can't quite manage to sweep it all under the rug. They're running up against a hard wall, and they're like, no, we can just sweep this under. We can just sweep this under, and it'll go away. No, this is not going away. Okay. I don't know. It's looking like maybe her demands aren't going to be met. Then again, you start with asking for everything you want, and then it gets whittled down in theory. Ten of Swords. So much damage done. Seven of Pentacles. So there's information in the files. You don't need her. There are the Republicans. Card for the reading is the Republicans. Focus there is on the files. So maybe that does more good. So Elizabeth Pharmacist is guessing she has some dirt on a Supreme member too. Could be. CC Ryder says her indictment was only for a 3-year time period from 1994 to 1997. How many years did she and Epstein engage in this horrific behavior? Yep. Sharon Rice says, I just saw a video by a former U.S. Army interrogator. Shows how the denial tape is a big red flag. Yep. Okay. Hello, Mary Ann. Love from Canada. Oh, love from the U.S. Love from Chicago. All right. Grumble. Okay, now this next thing. Oh, boy. We are going to ask about Dick Durbin next, so that will be good. But Terry Solares brought in the question, very good question, about, all right. There's an ongoing question, to my mind, who cares? That why did Trump and Epstein stop being best of buddies? Really? Really? Okay. So the first story was that they were trying to put out was that it was because Epstein tried to recruit the daughter of one of the members of Mar-a-Lago. And Trump said, absolutely not. Well, it turns out that was a lie. So then the story was there was some talk about how there was a property that Trump wanted, which is he eventually got it. That, if you remember way back, Rachel Maddow talked about it. It was Trump bought it, and then it was bought from him by, I want to say, an aluminum Russian oligarch who paid him twice what it was worth, what he got it for, and then ended up just demolishing the whole thing and never lived there. That's not money laundering, I'm sure. Well, now Trump is saying, the final straw with Epstein, really? What was the first one? Was that Epstein stole help from Trump. And that was just unacceptable. Okay. Virginia Giuffre was an employee at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. So there were any number of pool girls. Yeah. So what help did Epstein steal? Dumpy. Retelling Savoy says, good employees are hard to find. You have to have a sense of humor. Raymond says, innocent people don't suppress the files that prove their innocence. Ding, 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 ding. Raymond is wise. Hello, Froxy Roxy. Okay. There is. I have never, okay, for what it is worth. For what it's worth. I have never picked up that on Epstein still being alive. And I've always gotten very clear images in my head that basically from the divine down to the earth and beyond, it's the highest vibration energy, and then lower and lower vibration energy. And then you get down to the earth, and then lower levels of energy beyond that, where everything's just more compacted down and down and down and down. And I pick up when someone is really, really heinous, like Epstein, when their spirits pop out of their body when they die, the spirit automatically goes to the vibration level. And if you've tried to be a good person, you don't have to be an angel or a saint, but if you've really tried to be a good person, you've tried to do the right thing, there's no question where you're going. There isn't any, I've never seen any kind of judgment. It is. And when I've picked up repeatedly that when Epstein popped out of his body when he died, he sank down into these lower levels, and where these spirits, they really can't move. They're just held, they're just in place, so they can't do any damage. But people still think about them. And what you think about, what you concentrate on, is like a point in the multi-universe. I don't know, but it's whatever you're like. If I'm thinking about this microphone, there's this point of my focus that is right where this microphone is. So people think about Epstein. So what they do at these lower levels, because they feed to survive, they feed on negative energy. So he's like slowly, his image is slowly contorting into like a monstrous thing, even though he really can't move. but because he's trying to create fear, because that's what he lives on. That's what I get. Now, everyone, even at these these horrible levels, is still connected right here. There's still a little string, like an energetic little string. I call it like a trickle charge, where you cannot be disconnected from the divine, is what I've always picked up. But it goes this little tiny bit of this high vibration energy until eventually the higher vibration energy reaches like a critical mass, and it's like the whole energetic system just reboots, and then that spirit has to faces everything they've done, and then they start going on down this long process, and so that they can eventually be reintegrated, but they've got a lot to go through before then. So that's what I pick up. When Donald Trump, in my opinion, when he pops out of his body, because we're all going to at some point, when he does, he's not going, his energy isn't going up. He's going down into the compacted layers, because that's his, these are his decisions. This is the damage he's done. CC Ryder says, I've listened to a couple of other readers that both said they need to get out of his energy because it's too nefarious and a demonic-like presence. Oh, it's hideous. Yeah, it's absolutely hideous. So this, what I'm reading on here about, whoa, well, why did Epstein and Trump stop being buddies? Reading on these two together, talk about the bog of eternal stench. Huh. Four of Ghosts. Neither of them care about anybody else. Matter of fact, there's a death card right behind that. 10 of Swords. My opinion, entertainment only. Trump knew exactly what Epstein was doing. That's my opinion. 7 of Wands on the defensive. You think? There's the Fool right in the middle. Guess who that is? 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, but Epstein had vast amounts of money. Vast amounts of money. And some of the people are like, oh, it was blackmail. Not necessarily, no. In some cases, it might have been blackmail, but it's more likely, I think, especially for like his $7 million house in New York, or whatever it was, that he got for $1. That's not from a bribe. That's from providing a service that nobody else can provide. 8 of Wands. Throwing everything at it. So why did they stop being friends? There was some jealousy on Trump's part. Epstein is one of the most disgusting human beings ever, but Trump is not exactly Mr. Charm. Let's see if I get some more information. Girl says years ago, there was a big piece about this, I think in Vanity Fair, about a property deal. Sensitive baby felt stabbed in the back by Epstein. Yeah, I mentioned that at the beginning of the question. Yeah, property. See, I'm not getting property. I'm sure that was part of it, but ugh. Epstein comes up as the King of Cups. It's a card for the reading. Ghoulaine comes up as the Queen of Cups, which really makes me crazy because that's how I come up as well. Just like, ugh. Lots of nice people come up as the Queen of Cups. But also, yuck. There are only so many court cards, so you get the worst and the best and everything in between. So, 10 of Cups, Page of Swords, 5 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, 6 of Swords. I'm not getting that they really stopped being friends. Did they stop being friends about the time that Trump started doing The Apprentice? So he just was busy? Because that's what I'm getting. They weren't around each other as much. I don't know that there was any huge falling out. Because in my opinion, entertainment only, Trump knew. Yeah, Jeff, talk about mucking up your cards. I know, right? Chris Cool, cards have north and south poles. There we go. Carol says, Epstein drove the price of Mar-a-Lago up because he bid on it first and Dumpy wanted it. Oh, okay. I was talking about that at the beginning. Yeah. I'm not really getting a big... honestly, I'm getting... Trump was busy with something else. That's what I'm getting. And after the fact, it's ooh. So yeah, maybe these things happened after the fact, but I don't remember. I've got to work on the timeline or something at some point because I can't remember when The Apprentice started. Thank you, Raymond. Enough. The Epstein files released the financials. Who funded? Who profited? Who's hiding the money? And what's up with the, 4,700 times that Trump sent money to Epstein? What was that? Is that for coffee? Pizza parlor? Yeah. All right, here we go. Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois. I do like that guy. He is demanding the tapes from Todd Blanche's interviews with Maxwell. Yeah. This is happening around the time when a 2022 DOJ memo has resurfaced that said that Maxwell's lack of remorse means none of her testimony could be trusted. Will Durbin get the tapes? Will you be able to get these tapes? Because I cannot imagine the DOJ is going to be okay with this. Pam Bondi is going to do her best melted toddler until the end of time. And says The Apprentice was from 2004 to 2017. Okay, thank you, Anne. So it would have started... So they would have started working on it in at least 2003? Okay. Patty says, I love the look on Autumn's face before she reads on a yucky question. If looks could kill. Amy says, there are no tapes. That's another possibility. Do you need me to tell you that this feels very nefarious? Very nefarious, as in her being her restraints being unwrapped. Card for the reading. Thief card. Sleepless nights. Abject poverty. Oh, the shock that she's going through, that she can't do everything she wants when she wants to do it, that she doesn't have champagne, and she's not manipulating. Right. Mm-hmm. Knight of, oh, look, Knight of Pentacles. Is that Republican energy riding to her rescue? With a King of Swords. That could be Durbin. It could also be Blanche. Going, what? Huh? Sandy says, new reporting is that there is no missing minute from the prison video. The FBI has it. Isn't this lying? I believe it, because the latest is there isn't 1 minute missing. There are at least 3. Oh, thank you, Amy. Buy sage. Thank you, Amy. I have some somewhere around here. I just can't seem to find it. Just drives me crazy when I lose things. I have so little space here. Thank you, Amy. Buy sage. Okay. Dick Durbin. Is Dick Durbin going to get the recordings? Unredacted. Oversight is oversight. CC Ryder, good point. Durbin also needs to request all of the notes that they took during the 10-hour meeting. Paula says, you have a cedar smudge, too, that would really help. Thank you. Ba-bum, ba-bum. All right. Let's just say, despite what they've gotten away with, what Trump's gotten away with, let's just say that this is not the most competent group of people ever. Just throwing that out there. Card for the reading is the Fool. Interesting. It doesn't end with the tapes, it ends with the plan. It starts out with this partnership and the Sun. So this is Democrats working together to bring all of this to light. Then you have, there are 2 cards in the center that came out. And I'll show you those in a second. Followed by the 4 of Cups. So that's a refusal. Nope, turning away the cup. No, I don't want to hear it. And here's the plan. The 3 of Pentacles. So this is a Republican plan. Deny. Just deny. What? Huh? This is the plan. But in the center, there's a combination of the Death card and Temperance. So Republicans, MAGA people, trying to hide things, water things down. This is how bad the situation is, this Death card. And then here's a plan. So expect, well, we know to expect foot dragging. And it's not like their plans go so well. I know, right? Janice says, I had forgotten about the Trump's habit of eating paper. Yep. This is a government, and it's hard to see in this lighting, but the look on the mummy's face is one of, what? What tapes? What? Huh? Yeah. World, Sun, Page of Ghosts. Yeah, I mean, things will move forward, but it's there are Republicans in Congress who are really fed up with this thing and do not want this Epstein, these tapes, these files, this stuff hanging over them. And they will vote with Democrats to get stuff released. There are a handful of more extremist Republicans who really want everything released because they're still convinced it's all just going to be Democrats. This isn't going away. But Congress, I don't know if Durbin's going to get this anytime soon. They still think they're still playing games. Still playing games. So, all right. Here's seems to be falling. All right, 41:30. Oh, this is a kicker. If anybody is aware, Karoline Leavitt, whatever. She is married. Excuse me. She is married to a much older man, and she has a good job. She has a small child, and yeah. So her husband's loaded. She's making money. She has access to all kinds of people who know how to make money. So why is it that Karoline is being chased by creditors after her failed Congress bid in 2022 left her old campaign in debt? To be exact, there are over 100 creditors who are owed a total of $326,000. $326,370. Owed to 100 creditors. But she's not paying? She hasn't paid that off. Really? By the end of July 2025, and there's still $326,000 that she owes. Learn from the rotten head himself. Don't pay. Old Silver says she believes she's special. Yeah. Valerie says, huh, imagine that. I know, right? Hello, Valerie. Ten of Swords. Yeah, she lost. She didn't become a senator. Ace of Wands. Hermit. Well, yeah, these are like MAGA actions, which is pay them, and then pretend it's not happening, just kind of pull back. There's a Magician. I wonder if the situation there, she's waiting for somebody to wave a magic wand and make it all go away. 10 of Pentacles. She's loaded. Page of Pentacles. Sorry, 10 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. She's waiting for somebody to make it go away. That's what I'm getting. Brenda says, thank you for the cheerful Parisienne cats perusing the scene on their balconies. It has lifted my mood immeasurably. Oh, then I'm very happy. Carol says, can't they put a lien on her house until they're paid? And says all of these blankety blank people think they're special. Yeah. Raymond said, sign in a Scotland food store, free bags of fish guts to throw at Trump. We love the Scots. We really do. Bless you. It's just somebody else. King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, King of Swords. Somebody else pay it. That's all I'm getting. That's all I'm getting. Oh, Valley says I have an espresso cup from Paris with a similar design in black, white, and red. Oh, nice. Patricia says, you don't stay rich by giving other people your money. Exactly. I wasn't necessarily thinking Paris, but it certainly has a that's a lovely thought. I was just thinking, I love the colors and all the kitties. I just found it very soothing. Okay. Oh boy. Cosmic Goat Lady, I'll pull 3 cards on this, but at 46:30. While Dumpy is in Scotland, I heard Vance is making political friends. And perhaps kissing some friends. Will there be a political coup in the next few weeks? I wouldn't think so, but Sandra Lee says her husband was supposed to pay for her run. Oopsies. Okay, so Shady Vance. Support for Shady Vance. Yeah. Illusion, delusion, plan. Queen of Cups. You realize that the MAGA base is wildly racist. You haven't picked up on that? And you married a woman who wasn't liliest of the lily whites? That didn't twig, didn't. Plus you have all the charisma of a I don't want to say that. You have all of the charisma of a tax return. He's checking here, checking in there, da. But yeah, dude, you're not. You are not Trump's heir apparent. Matter of fact, even Trump said you're not. Seriously, Trump has been asked in interviews twice, is J.D. Vance the heir to MAGA? And Trump said, no. And then in another interview, Trump was asked, who do you think is really your successor? And Trump named, I forget who, somebody. And then, and I guess Vance is there. This man has so little charisma. Even the cult leader is like, oh, no, you couldn't pull this off. Deb says Shady came home to Ohio a few days ago and was greeted with a giant banner that reads as follows. Oh, fancy pants. He wants to. Good point, Amy. Knitting Cult Lady says, Cult Leader doesn't have successors. That's true. So, oh, there's the good Alfie right there. Brave Sir Alfred Pumpkin. So the last I'll look at this. Vance. Ace of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Hermit. Are you going to have a coup? Are you going to take over the presidency? Are you going to be the man? In the center, it's the Hermit. Magician. Oh, okay. I'll use all my resources. Ten of Pentacles. You could get. There are Republicans who would follow you, but yeah. If I don't know if I don't know why my brain just said one word, but maybe I'm wrong. But if J.D. Vance was a character in Harry Potter, he'd be a squib. He'd be a squib who wanted to work for Malfoy. Carl had a question at 5150. Elizabeth Farmer says, yep, total squib energy. Hannah agrees. 5205. Carl was asking, would a January 6, 2029 angry evil Trump be the scariest final boss America has to face? Will we see an end to this madness? Well, those are kind of two questions. 2029, are we looking at another January 6th? Honestly, I doubt it, but let's have a look. Jan 6, 2029. I don't have any major arcana. I don't think that he can pull January 6th off again at any time. I think Democrats and others, they're wise to watch for the signs. So, Ace of Cups, Two of Swords. Well, these are voters. This is my card for the voter. And this is a big, big Democratic push. Uprising as twere. Queen of Wands, and that would be MAGA, either leaders or voters. Seven of Cups and the Eight of Wands. They're not going to do a Jan 6th. But are they going to go quietly? Not a chance. It's going to be conspiracy theory palooza. It's going to be, yeah, we know that. And I believe we have to wait until September, is it? For the case about the voting machines to start. Well, we'll see. All right. So, all right, 55 minutes in. Hang on. All right, let's do a card for us, and then I will roll these last couple of questions over to tomorrow. Okay. It was moved up to August? Oh, Valerie, thank you. Any idea what the date in August? That's fantastic. At 55:20. Cards for us. Safe. Sharon says, no, the New York County case got moved forward to August. Okay. Oh, Raymond says, rising seas are pushing salt water into farmland and drinking water along the Delaware coast, or along the Delaware River. Oof, brutal. Thank you, Valerie. This is Rockland County. All right, cards for us. By the way, I had that Reiki healing yesterday with Sienna Rose. It was wonderful. Highly, highly recommended. We love Sienna. She is just the greatest. Just one of the sweetest human beings I've ever met in my entire life. Excuse me. Cards for us. Okay, okay, we're going to be in this for a bit. It's just, this is just how things are going. And remember after November, after the election, this is not our lesson to learn. Our job is to help each other. It's to be there for each other. Don't forget this. Don't forget that. And I'm going to try to show this at the end of every live stream for a while. See if maybe there's something there can help you if you need. We're here to be together. We're here to help each other. We're here to get through this. The news is going to continue to news. It just is. There are going to be secrets. Ace of Swords. If any more truth comes out, causing absolute chaos. The rich get richer. The poor get poorer. And the court cases don't move as fast as we want them to. But we have higher wisdom. And things are going to work out because we do have truth and decency on our side. So, higher wisdom. Use your higher wisdom. And don't forget, let's work on those productive hobbies, those maybe put a little more effort into, unless you're a complete neat freak, put a little more effort into cleaning. It can help your energy as well. So we're going to do what we can, but you're already doing the right thing. You're already a good person. So don't let this get you down, because this is temporary. Okay? Beth Ace says, observe, don't absorb, if possible. Anne says, we will endure, stay calm, and autumn on. Oh, thank you. Lois says, start arting. Yes. Excellent. Speaking of which, I will be back here. Do I still have that here? No, I didn't. I took it down. But it is, I started on time today, to the 2nd. So it is 12:59 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel here on YouTube with Sarah and you, hopefully. And we're going to be productive, and we're going to move forward on our dreams and improving our lives and those we care about. And and I'll be right back here tomorrow. I'm here every single day, and we'll go over more news. All right, together, news with friends. So please remember, you're not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. I know sometimes it seems like there aren't, but there are. All right. So hang in there. Oh, wait. Suzanne says, I vacuumed the house yesterday. My shoulders and neck are in pain. Oh, I need some Reiki. Oh. Well, I don't know what she has available, but Sienna Rose. Just search for Sienna. It's like the words. It's like the name Anna, but put an S and E in the front. So it's like Anna of the Sea. Kind of, it's beautiful. But have a look. Have a search. So all right. Be well. Hang in there, and I will see you later. All right.